Okay, would the clerk please call the roll?
Baxter,
He's excused.
Vogel,
Here.
Hurlbut,
Yes, he's excused.
and Yeager,
Here.
Peters.
Here. Now coming to the public forum portion of the meeting. This is where the public gets to address the board. We ask anyone who wishes to address the board to keep all your comments to everyone in the board, not a single individual person. Generally, we have a sign-in sheet. I know we have 2 people here this evening, minimum. I don't know. Are you going to talk, Austin, or no? Okay.
I would have signed that thing.
Well, I just wanted to make sure, give you the opportunity.
But I appreciate the opportunity to speak.
In no particular order, I guess we'll go with Art Holcomb first.
Right here?
Yep, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to ask the board for assistance in getting signage replaced on Chase Road. I haven't heard anything from the highway department, so I thought perhaps you could help me.
I will speak with Stephen again and see if we can expedite the replacement of those signs. As I said, I talked to him at the last board meeting about it. He said he was going to get on it. So I know they're busy and they're running a little bit short-handed. So but that's as much of an excuse as I can make for him at this point. I assumed he would be here this evening.
Yeah, he said he was gonna be here
Yeah, I
by
talked
home
to
today.
exactly. So we will pass along your concerns, and I can forward your videos to him directly.
Okay.
Sure he sees it.
Well, thank
All
you.
right.
That's all I wanted.
All right, thanks, Art. We also have Gary Goodwin.
Yeah. I got a complaint against the dog warden and the judge.
Okay.
First, the dog warden. For over a year, the dog has been ferociously barking at me. Every time I go out in the backyard, I get out of my truck, barks. I look out the window, he barks. And I called the dog warden maybe 30 times. The dog warden only answered the phone once. And then when he did, he hollered at me, saying I'm complaining too much. And the dog, I know about a week ago, the dog stopped barking. I don't know. Because I went to the ethics committee, and I think they had something to do with that. That finally kicked in. And something should be done about him. Somebody should talk to him. Give somebody else the job, or the guy just isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing. The dog isn't supposed to bark while someone around. You make a complaint, then the owner comes out and he says, the dog warden just called me. And he says, the dog is gonna bark no matter what. He said, that's what dogs do. And that's what kind of that's what you get from the dog warden. You don't get anything. But the dog has stopped barking, but I don't know for how long.
Well, Councilperson Yeager is the liaison of the dog warden, so you can speak with him directly.
Right?
Take care of that.
And then I got into a legal jam, and my attorney, I got the best attorney in Rochester State. He put in a suppression hearing, and then we went back to do a summation, and the judge just said, I'm let you all decide. He says it's no good. So because now that I called different attorneys and I called my attorney, and nobody trusts him because he's biased against me. So I can't have a bench trial. I got to have a jury trial. And it's just not right what he's doing.
Okay. Well, I did call you back and leave a message on your machine. I don't know if you got it yet, if you didn't get home today. I can pass along your comments to the judges, but statutorily, we don't have anything we can do with that.
How about the ethics?
No, you have to go to a unified court system. There are justices and they're elected officials And we are very limited. Basically, we control their budget, and that's about it.
Then how can you make them do their job? The guy just, I'm not letting this in, and then that's it.
The reality is that, unfortunately, that is the reality. We don't have anything we can do to say they do not work for the town board, town proper. They're elected officials. They're an independent.
But you gotta be somebody that you can complain to.
Yes, the unified court system oversees all the justices. It's the unified court system.
That's it?
Yep,
Um,
Monroe County, yep.
Gary, what's your number? I'll find it and I'll get it to you.
2780394.
2780394.
Yep.
Okay.
They actually have the statutory jurisdiction to do something about judges if there's an issue, take complaints and so forth.
And about that dog one, he's bad news.
Okay,
Well, thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Does anyone else wish to address the board? Seeing as no one else wishes to address the board, we will close the public forum portion of the meeting. Requesting town board resolution to approve public hearing minutes of November 9th, 2020.
Focal.
Yes.
Jaeger.
Yes.
Peters.
Yes,
So used to going in order.
I can do that. I can move on. Requesting town board resolution to approve the regular town board meeting minutes of November 9th, 2020. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Requesting town board resolution to approve the payment of bills from their respective funds. So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. I will put the following resolution forward. So be it resolved, this intermunicipal agreement is by and between the County of Monroe Municipal Corporation, organized under the laws of the state of New York with offices at 39 West Main Street, Rochester, New York, 14614. The county and the town of Hamlin and Municipal Corporation, organized under the laws of the state of New York with offices at 1658 Lake Road, Hamlin, New York, the local government. The county and the local government shall be referred to individually as party and collectively as parties. Whereas the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security CARES Act was passed by Congress and signed into law on March 27, 2020, and provides economic relief to the American people from the public health and economic impacts of COVID-19. And whereas through the Coronavirus Relief Fund, the CARES Act provides for payments to state, local, and tribal governments navigating the impact of the COVID-19 outbreak. And whereas the CARES Act provides that the U.S. Treasury Department was to make payments from the Coronavirus Relief Fund to states and eligible units of local government, the District of Columbia, U.S. territories, and tribal governments based on population calculations provided in the CARES Act. And whereas the county is an eligible unit of local government under the CARES Act and has received an allocation of coronavirus relief funds, whereas the CARES Act requires that the coronavirus relief funds may be used only to cover those costs of local government that are necessary expenditures incurred due to the public health emergency with respect to COVID-19, were not accounted for in the budget most recently approved as of March 27, 2020 for local government, and were incurred during the period that began March 1st, 2020 and ends on December 30th, 2020. And whereas the county desires to distribute a portion of its allocation of the coronavirus relief funds to the local government in order to effectuate the purpose and intent of the CARES Act and to assist the local government in mitigating the impacts of the COVID-19 emergency. And the parties desire to enter into this agreement in order to set forth the terms and conditions pertaining to such distribution. Whereas the county is duly authorized to enter into the agreement pursuant to Resolution 188 of 2020 of the Monroe County Legislature adopted on June 9th, 2020, and approved by County Executive Adam J. Bello on June 16th, 2020. And whereas the local government is duly authorized to enter into the agreement pursuant to action taken by its legislative body, a copy of such authorization the local government shall provide to the county herewith. This is an intermunicipal agreement, so we need to pay basically for our expenditures. But they wanted that language written into the resolution. So that is my resolution, and take a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We're getting $4,219.26 for expenses we incurred that were not non-payroll expenses. That's the catch of the whole thing. Did not reimburse for any payroll expenses, which were really good. That's really expensive to get it, so. Requesting a town board resolution to adopt a schedule of meeting dates for the town of Hamlin for 2021 with said list to be published for the residents' information.
Is anyone opposed to moving this meeting instead of the night before Thanksgiving to like Tuesday of that week?
Tuesday?
So right now it's 11:24.
Yep. The highest number?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know, just things to do before,
Seems
the
to
night
have
before
been
a
listening to
holiday.
that
It
as
would
an excuse for many
be
years
really
now.
nice. We didn't do it last year. I don't know if we fell off this year.
So it's town board. That'll be
So,
Wednesday.
the 23rd,
So you want to change the date?
from 11:24, 21 to 11. I mean, I don't care, Monday or Tuesday.
Monday is
Yeah, something. Oh, 10:30.
meeting already scheduled.
You're looking for the Tuesday.
Well, I guess we could choose that.
Yeah, that's good.
So let's see.
11:23.
Can't really go from the
23rd. Tuesday.
All right, you can change that to the 23rd. That will be changed and published in the legal notice. We did,
So move.
I'll second.
all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Requesting town board resolution to adopt the schedule of official holidays for the town of Hamlin for 2021. Caveat being that the highway holidays may be slightly different than the published holidays for the town hall due to scheduling, snow, emergencies, etc.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Requesting town board resolution to acknowledge the receipt of the letter of intent to retire from court clerk Patience McPherson.
So move.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Since Steve is not here, we don't have to worry about something from the highway. A couple of quick things. Just as notes for tonight. We did receive the sales tax figures for this quarter. We actually, believe it or not, even with the county down some, we were up about $3,000 from the same period last year, which is, to me, incredibly amazing because all projections were down, significantly down. So that's good news. Everybody continue to please patronize your local businesses because that's how part of the formula works. So if you're shopping local, that's great. That helps us all out. We also just closing out on the Redmond Road water line. We did receive payment from the community development block grants that we got for that water line. $65,000 has been put into the account, so that's been made whole too. So those were a couple of good things. County has resumed its twice a week phone meetings with all the elected officials. Basically, it's trying to keep us up to date on the current changing landscape of the zones and testing requirements. Fortunately, where we are, the school systems at this point that we have servicing our area don't have to do anything extra at this point, although the schools are getting ready in case they do have to, sending out permission slips and so forth should the testing be required at the start. I have no idea. There's no way to know how this is going to go or continue at this point. Very little talk of the vaccine from the health department, other than it's on the horizon. At this point, there's, I believe, 2 companies that have applied for emergency. Beyond that, there was a lot of grumbling from the towns that have gone from yellow to orange and where the lines are drawn and so forth. The metrics are kind of confusing. They were trying to explain it to us, of course, on a Zoom phone meeting. Sometimes that loses a little bit of translation, but they were supposed to send us out the metrics on how they actually determine where the lines are. So,
Yeah, I was wondering that.
well, it's based on number of tests positive, the population density, the zip code that population density is in.
Right.
And there's another factor that I wasn't real clear on that didn't come through on the phone call very well. So you don't really have a zip code. You have parts of zip codes in areas, and you know it's difficult because and the schools that are within that, they have to test now 100% to go back live. And the tests that have been taken, those tests don't necessarily reflect on that area, they reflect out. It's a whole complex thing of, I'm not sure, whatever, I'll leave my personal opinion out of it, but it's very confusing how they're doing it. They are still pushing very hard for everybody to, maintain social distancing, masks, etc. Can't keep it spread out and so forth. So we'd like to see everybody do as much as they can for the number of people at Thanksgiving, but not a single soul on that call was about to enforce any kind of 10-person number, at least in Monroe County. So that's good. Nobody's going to be knocking on the door for the extra. So with that, that's what I have for this evening. I want to wish everyone a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy the turkey and the company that you can have at your house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see everybody back again. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
I was talking to someone who lives in Greece, and the way schools are working, but some schools are closed, some are
Right.
not. So
Mhm.
you have families with 2 kids, one, the school's closed, the other has to go to school, and there's a kid going to school who's from the school that's closed, who's sharing a
No,
household.
it's hard.
with the school
Camouflage
that's closed,
dresses.
And the parents are